Hello, the internet, Donna here. I wanted to talk with you a little bit about infections. Now, the reason that I want to talk about infections is because I'm always really picky about the way that I handle my dentures and pretty much anything that goes in or on my skin. Now, I'm sitting down too low in my chair. Swear to God, there's always something. Now, I'm going to say right off the bat that this video contains some graphic content. If you have a queasy stomach or don't care to see graphic images of infected skin, then go ahead and shut it off now. Also, I want to make mention that I am not a dentist. I am not a dental professional at all. Any advice that I give you is based on my own experience, my own opinions, and they are unprofessional opinions, okay? Infections. I know that I have talked about thrush, which is a fungal infection, in at least 2 of my videos. Today, I don't want to talk about thrush. I want to talk about staph, and I want to talk about a special kind of staph called MRSA. It is methicillin-resistant Staphylococcus aureus, MRSA, MRSA. Okay, MRSA is an infection caused by a type of staph bacteria that's resistant to many different antibiotics. These bacteria naturally live in the nose and on the skin and generally don't cause any harm. However, when they begin to multiply uncontrollably, a MRSA infection can occur. These infections typically occur when there's a cut or break in your skin. Okay, and MRSA is not something to mess around with. MRSA is a serious infection. It is resistant to a lot of different antibiotics, and it is easy to spread around. It is very contagious. It can be spread through direct contact with an infected person. It can also be contracted by coming into contact with an object or a surface that an infected person has touched. Okay? Though a MRSA infection can be serious, it may be treated effectively with antibiotics. It's resistant to a lot of them, but there are some that will kill it. Now, the reason I want to talk about staph and MRSA is because of these. Your phalanges, your fingers, your hands. Wash your damn hands. Okay? Wash your damn hands before you handle your dentures. Wash your damn hands before you handle anything that comes into contact with the rest of your skin. Wash your damn hands when you when you are going to be handling anything that comes into contact with your mouth. Wash your damn hands, okay? Wash your damn hands before you handle your denture toothbrush, your adhesives, your denture toothpaste. Wash your damn hands before you put them on your Seabond strips, okay? Before you touch your little jar that you keep your dentures in. Wash your damn hands. I don't know how many times I can say that. Wash your damn hands, okay? The skin, and mind you, I don't think that everybody that doesn't wash their hands is going to contract MRSA or spread MRSA around, but you significantly reduce your chance of contracting or spreading an infection when you wash your damn hands. Say it with me, everybody. Wash your damn hands. Doesn't that feel good? It feels good to just say damn every once in a while, doesn't it? Damn. Okay, so anyhow, the skin on your lips is a different color than the skin on your face because it's thinner. Let's say that the skin on your lips is this thick, the skin on your face is this thick, or even this thick, okay? That's why your lips appear pink or some color that is a shade or so, or many, darker or different than the rest of your skin because it's showing, you can see through it to your innards, okay? Whereas here, you can't see through it to your innards. And that goes for the inside of your mouth, also covered with a thin layer of skin, just like your lips. The back of your throat, the surface of your tongue has something different, but it's muscle, and I always call the covering of the tongue the skin, so I don't know if that's accurate or not, but your gums, the roof of your mouth, the whole inside of your face, okay, is covered with a thin layer of skin. As such, is susceptible to skin infections, such as staph, such as MRSA, such as whatever other infections you can get on your skin, okay? So, it's no, I mean, I sit here and crack a joke or whatever because my choice of words is weird, but it's not a laughing matter. MRSA is serious business. MRSA is most commonly spread around in hospitals, okay? And it's a hefty claim. When you claim that something or someone gave you MRSA, that is a hefty claim. It is big. People die from MRSA. The elderly and people with compromised immune systems die from MRSA. Okay, not necessarily from your common staph infection, but from MRSA. Yes, MRSA can kill people, especially if it's gone untreated. You might not know that you have it, although if you probably would know that you have it. I'll go ahead and make room for some graphics here. And I'm going to try not to be too disgusting with these graphics, but I mean, it is what it is. Here we go. Okay. There are HA MRSA and CA MRSA. Okay. HA MRSA is associated with infections that are contracted in medical facilities such as hospitals or nursing homes. You can get this type of MRSA infection through direct contact with an infected wound or contaminated hands. Wash your damn hands, okay? You can also become infected through contact with contaminated linens or poorly sanitized surgical instruments. HA MRSA can cause severe problems such as blood infections and pneumonia. Okay, this is the type of MRSA that you most commonly hear about. CA MRSA is associated with infections that are transmitted through close personal contact with an infected person or through direct contact with an infected wound. This type of MRSA infection may also develop as a result of poor hygiene, such as infrequent or improper hand washing. And this is directly from www.healthline.com. I will link this in the description. The symptoms of MRSA. And it's important to see your doctor right away if you notice any of the following symptoms: rash, headaches, muscle aches, chills, fever, fatigue, cough, shortness of breath, or chest pain. And that is HA MRSA. Symptoms of CA MRSA usually causes skin infections. Areas that have increased body hair, such as the armpits or the back of the neck, are more likely to be infected. Areas that have been cut, scratched, or rubbed are also vulnerable to infection because your biggest barrier to germs, your skin, has been damaged. The infection usually causes, and this is something to note, causes a swollen, painful lump, bump, whatever, to form on the skin. It may resemble a spider bite or a zit. Okay? It often has a yellowish or white center and a central head. This may be surrounded by an area of redness and warmth known as cellulitis. Pus and other fluids may drain from the affected area, and some people also experience a fever. The people who are at risk for developing MRSA, you're at an increased risk for HA MRSA if you were hospitalized within the last 3 months, if you regularly undergo hemodialysis, if you have a weakened immune system due to another medical condition, or if you live in a nursing home. You're at an increased risk for CA MRSA if you share exercise equipment, towels, or razors with other people. And if you're sharing razors, just stop. That's just nasty. Not only because MRSA, but because, ew, like somebody could have shaved their butt. And I don't care if it's your partner, your spouse, who it is. If they shaved your butt and then you shave your face with that, or if they shave their face and then you shave your legs with that, like, ew, just stop doing that. You're also at an increased risk for CA MRSA if you participate in contact sports, if you work at a daycare facility, because children are gross, and if you live in crowded or unsanitary conditions, such as college dorms, because those places are crowded and unsanitary. Am I right? You know I'm right. Okay, so that's the basics on MRSA, and I'm hoping that I didn't gross anybody out with the pictures that I showed. Now, one of the things that prompts me to talk about MRSA is here recently there have been a couple of scams and some word of mouth going around in the denture groups on Facebook. So if you're the member of a Facebook denture support group, and I have a link to a really good one in the description below the video here, but if you're a member of any of the denture community on Facebook or on any of the other social media outlets like YouTube or where else? Tumblr, Twitter, okay, Instagram, then you've probably heard of comfort lining, and you may have heard of SmartFlex. SmartFlex is the most recent one going around. Comfort lining was a while ago, and the girl who was scamming people with comfort lining, got accused of her product being contaminated with MRSA. And that's, again, that's a pretty hefty claim. To my knowledge, there's not been any paperwork that has surfaced that has confirmed that. No report from the FDA, no report from a lab, no report from anywhere that says that MRSA was found in her product. So those of you who may have purchased her product and used her product before you knew about, you know, the scam and whatnot, please don't be afraid of MRSA. I mean, be afraid of tree pollen and dog hair and whatever else, but don't be afraid of MRSA because it's not been confirmed and it's not been tested for. Now, the latest one going around is a product that's being called SmartFlex, and it's sold by this lady. And what I can tell you that I know for certain about this product is that it is made out of polymorphic plastic beads. What these are is you melt them down, you form them into another shape, and then it cools and it's hard. It's a hard material. So I know that there are DIY teeth makers and DIY denture makers, and I do mean DIY. I don't mean independent, you know, buy it on Etsy, buy it on their website, you know, whatever. I mean DIY, do-it-yourself, pioneer woman, fucking Martha Stewart shit, okay? So, but they're making teeth out of these things and making their own little temporary dentures to reduce costs before having to go to, you know, actual dentures made by professional. But this woman has been circulating around in the denture groups. She also goes by Frankie. She also goes by Joanna and by a couple of other names. But this lady is making a product called SmartFlex. Now, it's not the same thing as comfort lining. It's a different girl. It's a different product. SmartFlex is made out of, and it's this ring-looking thing right here. It is made from the polymorphic plastic beads, and the instructions for the product say to warm it up until it turns clear, press it into your dentures, bite into it so that it, you know, forms to your gums, and let it cool, and then you have basically a denture reline that is comfortable and will stop soreness and rubbing and sore spots and that kind of thing. I have a couple of problems with this. Number one, polymorphic beads will stick to acrylic nails. I mean, stick to and ruin acrylic nails. So, you couldn't pay me enough money to put this thing anywhere near my denture because my denture base is made from acrylic. You couldn't pay me enough money unless it was enough money to replace my dentures and pay me for my time that I have to wait for new ones. Sorry. So, yeah, no, that's not going anywhere near my teeth. Number two, I'm not real sure how lining your hard acrylic dentures with a hard plastic is going to increase your comfort and decrease your discomfort. That doesn't make any sense to me, lining a hard material with a hard material to increase comfort, except in the case of hard relines where a hard heat-cured reline is basically a remake of the palate of your denture and the trough of your lower denture. It's basically an inserted remake, and that's fine. But this is not, one does not equal to the other. This is not that. I don't see the logic in that. I don't think there is any logic in that, and I'm really hoping that not too many people are thinking that there's any logic in that, because it's a flawed logic if there is. This lady's been bouncing around the denture groups and taking money on Facebook, and what she delivers, and she does deliver a product, and it's the product that's pictured, but the problem is she makes it in her apartment because there's an apartment number on the return address, and she packages them in plastic baggies with no labeling at all and sends it out. Now, it's fine to make and package things in plastic bags in your apartment. That's fine. But the problem that I have is the fact that this is something that comes into contact with your skin for long periods of time. I make bath and body products. I make lotions and I make so much stuff, but we'll just use lotion as an example. That is an item that goes onto your skin and stays there for a long amount of time. My FDA rep, and that's right, I have an FDA rep, has been to my house and has examined my lab space, my kitchen, has looked at my practices for sterilizing those areas, for packaging my product, and has made sure because I ask her whenever I have to make labeling changes. I've made sure that my labeling is good and I've got all of my ingredients listed the way that I should, that anything that it could be an allergen is clearly marked, or I have a warning on the label may contain tree nuts or, you know, whatever, and that, you know, the area where I work is clean, and that the product that I put out is, I mean, proper for the use that I specify it for. This lady's product doesn't come with any of that packaging, no labels. I don't know if FDA has been out to her home to inspect her lab space, or if she's just sitting on the couch, you know, watching reruns of House, making these things in her free time with her little hair dryer and you know, sending them out that way. I don't know how that works, but the fact that the ingredients are missing off of the packaging, there's no brand name, there's no, you have to have your lab's address on your packaging. It can't be a P.O. box. It has to be a physical address where FDA can show up to inspect your works and see how you're doing. None of that's listed on her packaging. None of that's listed on any of the literature that comes with her product, and I don't even know if any literature comes with her product. The lady that I know that did receive her product didn't mention any literature to me. So that's something that I'm not sure that that's included or not. So you can't quote me on that one. I don't know. But the fact that I saw the packaging and there's no labeling of any kind worries me, because I know that there are so many FDA regulations and rules and guidelines that we have to follow, and they're just not being followed. And that worries me for you, and that worries me for anybody who may have purchased this product. I don't know if her product contains acrylic, if it contains a silicone, if it contains lanolin, if it contains anything. I don't know what the product contains. I couldn't tell you if you're allergic to it. You couldn't tell you if you're allergic to it, or if it's going to cause irritation, or if it contains a known irritant. We don't know those things because they're not listed. And as an item that goes in or on the body for an extended period of time, it's supposed to be listed. It's supposed to be labeled. So the fact that it's not, it worries me. So that's what's up with the denture group scams and MRSA and infections. Say it with me again, everybody. Wash your damn hands. Yay! There we go. Please greatly reduce your risk of infection to the inside of your face by washing your damn hands. Don't get staph, don't get thrush, don't get MRSA, don't get any of those things, and don't believe everything that comes through the Facebook pipeline. That's how drama gets started. So on that note, I'm going to go ahead and end this video for today. I do want to ask you a question. Have you purchased this item from this lady, or the comfort lining item from the other lady? Have you tried it? Does it work? What does it do? I would love to know about that. If you could leave me a comment, let me know. I love to read and respond to every single comment that I get. Until tomorrow, when I'm back with a brand new video for you guys, be good to each other, keep smiling, and keep being awesome.